Welcome to the English with Friends podcast.
Hello and welcome back to English with Friends. I'm Matt.
And I'm Safi. We are so glad you could join us for episode 8. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, Sophie. I'm really excited about today's topic. It's something I think everyone on the planet can connect with.
I agree. Today we are talking all about music. The songs we love, the artists that inspire us, and some great English vocabulary and idioms you can use to talk about music too.
Exactly. So, to kick things off, let's talk about our personal tastes. Sophie, what kind of music do you usually listen to? What's your go-to genre?
Ooh, that's such a tough question right away. My taste is all over the place. I guess if I had to pick one, I'm a big fan of indie pop and folk music. I love artists with unique voices and thoughtful lyrics.
Indie pop and folk. Nice. Any particular bands or singers you have on repeat at the moment?
Definitely. I've been listening to an artist called Maggie Rogers a lot recently. Her music is just so uplifting. It has this great energy. How about you, Matt? What's the soundtrack to your life?
The soundtrack to my life. I like that phrase. Well, I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock because of my parents, so bands like Queen and Led Zeppelin have a special place in my heart,
Oh, of course, the legends.
right? But these days, I listen to a lot of different things. I'm really into funk and soul music, anything with a good groove that you can dance to.
I can totally see you dancing to funk music. So, we've mentioned a few key words already. We used genre, which is the style or category of music, like rock, pop, or folk. We also talked about artists, bands, and singers.
That's right, and an artist or singer is usually one person, while a band is a group of musicians. For example, Queen is a band.
Perfect. This brings us to a really fun part of English, idioms related to music. There are so many of them.
There are. A great one is music to my ears. If you hear some news that makes you very happy, you can say, that's music to my ears.
Yeah, like if my boss told me I could have Friday off, that would be music to my ears.
Totally. Another one, which is kind of the opposite, is face the music. This means to accept responsibility for something bad you have done.
Right. So if you broke a window, you'd have to go home and face the music when you tell your parents. It has a bit of a negative feeling, doesn't it?
It does. It's about confronting a difficult situation. What about ring a bell? That's a common one.
Yes, if something rings a bell, it sounds familiar, but you might not remember the exact details. I could ask you, do you know a man named John Smith? And you might say,
The name rings a bell, but I can't quite place him, meaning I think I've heard the name before.
exactly. One more? How about strike a chord?
Ooh, I love that one. If something strikes a chord with you, it causes you to feel a strong emotion or feel sympathy because it relates to your own experience.
Right. A sad movie about losing a pet might strike a chord with anyone who has ever had a dog or cat.
And lyrics in a song can often strike a chord. That's a great transition, actually. Let's talk about music and memory. Is there a song or an album that's tied to a specific time in your life, Sophie?
Oh, absolutely. The album Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. My dad used to play it in the car on every single family road trip when I was a kid.
That is a fantastic album, a classic.
It is, and now whenever I hear any song from that album, I'm instantly transported back to being 8 years old in the back of my parents' car, watching the world go by. It's so nostalgic.
That's a great word, nostalgic. It means feeling happy and also a little sad when you think about things that happened in the past. Music is amazing for creating that feeling.
It really is. What about you? Do you have a song that's a blast from the past?
A blast from the past, another great idiom, meaning something that reminds you strongly of a past time. For me, it would have to be anything by the Spice Girls.
Oh my gosh, yes! Girl power!
It immediately takes me back to my first school disco. I remember everyone trying to dance like them. It was not a pretty sight, let me tell you.
I can only imagine. It's amazing how powerful that connection between music and memory is. It's like our brains file memories away with a specific soundtrack.
Totally. So, shifting gears a little bit. Live music versus recorded music. Do you have a preference?
Ooh, good question. I love both for different reasons. There is nothing like the energy of a live concert, or a gig, as you might call a smaller show.
Right, the atmosphere.
Yes, the atmosphere is electric. Being in a crowd of people all singing along to the same song is a really special feeling. The connection with the artist is so direct.
I completely agree. Seeing a favorite band live can be an unforgettable experience. But, and there is a
What's the but?
but sometimes I just want to listen to a perfectly produced album on a great pair of headphones. You can hear all the little details, the layers of instruments. The acoustics are perfect because they were designed to be.
That's very true. You can't beat the sound quality of a studio recording. And you don't have to deal with someone tall standing in front of you.
Or someone singing loudly and out of tune right in your ear.
Hey, sometimes that's me, but I see your point. They're just different experiences. The raw energy of a live gig versus the polished perfection of an album.
Exactly. What was the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh, wow. I think it would have to be seeing Florence and the Machine. She is just an incredible performer, so much energy, and her voice is even more powerful live. It was magical.
I'm so jealous. I bet that was amazing. For me, I saw Prince live once, years ago, and it was everything you could imagine and more. He was just a genius on stage. The whole crowd was mesmerized.
Wow, Prince, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I can't even imagine.
It really was. Speaking of experiences, how has technology changed how you listen to music? I mean, I remember making mixtapes on cassettes.
Oh, the patience that took, waiting for your favorite song to come on the radio so you could press record at the exact right moment.
And praying the DJ wouldn't talk over the intro. Now we have streaming services with millions of songs at our fingertips. It's incredible.
It is. It makes discovering new music so much easier. The algorithms will create a playlist for you based on what you already like. I've found so many new favorite artists that way.
Me too. But do you ever feel like we don't appreciate a full album as much anymore? People often just listen to the most popular tracks or singles.
I think that's true sometimes. There's a real art to creating an album where the songs flow into each other and tell a story. It's a different kind of listening experience that maybe gets a bit lost in the age of the playlist.
Right. It's like reading a single chapter versus reading the whole book. You get a good part, but you miss the whole narrative.
That's a perfect analogy. Well, we are just about out of time for today. This conversation has been, dare I say it, music to my ears.
Very good. Let's do a quick recap of the key vocabulary and idioms we used today.
Let's do it. We had genre, a style of music. We had artist, band, album, and track.
Then for idioms, we had music to my ears for good news and face the music for accepting consequences.
Ring a bell if something sounds familiar, and strike a chord if something resonates with you emotionally.
We also described things as nostalgic or a blast from the past and talked about the atmosphere and energy of a live gig.
That's a lot of great language for our listeners to practice with. We'd love to hear from you all. What kind of music do you like? What song is a blast from your past? Let us know on our social media.
Absolutely. That's all from us for this episode of English with Friends. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, keep practicing. Bye.
Bye, everyone.